The nominees for Community Innovation are Advocacy through Action, students bringing psychology to our community. Fairy Godmother Project. Special Olympics London.
People in the London community have minimal access to good psychological and mental health services, and it's particularly problematic for people who are suffering from mild to moderate difficulties, anxiety and depression. And the students came to observe that really what was needed was good information out there that could be put in people's hands that would help them use their resources, their own resources, to nip problems in the bud before they started to snowball.
We're a group of clinical psychology graduate students at the University of Western Ontario here. And what we did is we put on a series at the London Public Library this February for Psychology Month.
I think that we recognized that we had some gifts to give back to the community, but it was a matter of figuring out how best to give that back.
I mean, our program it's really different from other programs. It's scientist practitioner, so just bringing the research to the community is something that we can do, I think, uniquely.
And I think it was really exciting and rewarding for us as well to be able to see that the information that we're learning here and the research that we're doing is actually important to people out there in the community by the reception that we got from these talks.
So it wasn't just the application of our research that we were bringing, but just the knowledge itself that we were able. How do you understand, human nature, human behavior in order to understand yourself better, your family better, your interactions with your friends and colleagues, and et cetera, et cetera.
I think one of the reasons that it does inspire other people is that if a group of really busy students can somehow manage to fit this into their schedules, then I think anybody can be able to fit this into their schedules.
It really comes down to every individual and every agency in all different fields has gifts and has knowledge to give back to the community. So one of the things that we're really proud of is we got together and we found a format that we could do that.
The Fairy Godmother project had several goals. Amongst them was to encourage people to get involved in their community. This gives confidence and motivates people to continue to volunteer in the community. I've heard the many stories from women presenting their projects, and it is moving to see how they are so pleased with their accomplishment and personally touched by their experience with others. I think it's important to recognize initiatives like this in the community. Fairy Godmother projects are a testament to initiative, volunteering, and creativity that is used to better our city in numerous ways.
The idea was to inspire women to do something in the community, and a lot of people think that it's really difficult, so they don't really start. So we thought something really simple. So what we did was gave out $100 bills to 5 different people, and with the challenge, please do something wonderful in the community and then come back and tell us what you did. The women came back in the spring of 2004 and they told amazing stories about what they had done with this $100. So the $100 is really seed money, and it sort of inspires people to get moving and do something. When I see how it transforms the women themselves, that's huge. They're quite emotional. They get connected with their project and with the people, and they love what they're doing. If you have fun with what you're doing, you're going to keep doing it, and it's going to be successful. Whether it makes a lot of money or a little bit of money, you've touched the lives of other people and you've encouraged them, and I think that's really what's behind the Fairy Godmother projects, is to encourage the Fairy Godmothers, let the people out there know that there are people who care for them a lot, even the little guy who doesn't get noticed very much.
Special Olympics' mission is through sport to enrich the lives of individuals with intellectual disabilities. However, they provided training on speech writing and public speaking, and that enabled these people to go out and advocate for themselves and on behalf of Special Olympics. I think you just have to attend one of those events and see the athletes speak. It was very inspiring, though, to see our speaker get a standing ovation from the whole crowd. You don't see that very often at a charity dinner.
I like teaching people about Special Olympics and so that anyone can be a good speaker.
Regardless of whether you have an intellectual disability or not, the idea of getting up in front of a large crowd of people and giving a speech can be somewhat daunting. So, in light of that, we recognize that anyone would want to be trained before they would be able to do that. So we brought in Toastmasters, a representative from Toastmasters, who trained our athletes in the art of writing and delivering speeches. Our athletes worked with a mentor who was able to help them with any questions or challenges they may have had through the learning process, and now they're out there delivering speeches throughout the community. We challenged the notion that individuals with an intellectual disability would be unable to deliver speeches in front of large groups of people.
I can tell my own stories. I love to talk about the sports I play, even about the racing 4 in the morning ski trips.
I think it's important for any organization to look within itself and find its strengths. Certainly that is what we did with Special Olympics. We recognized that our strength was our athletes, and we've trained them to go out and share their stories, and for us, that was using a resource that we already had.
We prove we all have an important role.